Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Dandat Pranam Soji.
Hare Krishna. We go.
Sudarshan Vaste Prabhu, you can proceed the class.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for giving me opportunity. Hare Krishna, Chandra Prabhu.
Good.
We are very happy to welcome you on yet another Saturday evening. Thank you very much for your continuous mercy.
Very good.
Without wasting much of our precious time, we all are eager to hear lecture from you. Hare Krishna, requesting all devotees to unmute and loudly and enthusiastically take shelter of Harinam and welcome Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Good.
Over to you. Please enlighten us.
Okay. My voice is clear, na?
Yes, Prabhu, loud and clear.
Okay, because I am not using the earphone directly. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Mitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Nidamsha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Vrishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So days are passing so fast.
Yes, Swami.
Saturday comes, every Saturday comes very fast. It seems like yesterday. So Ayur Harti Vai Pumsa, Udyan Ashtanchayan Asau Tasyarte Yachanonita, Uttama Shloka Varte. He said that with every rising and setting of sun, the lifespan is decreasing of people. But one who is actually discussing Krishna Katha, for them, every rising and setting of sun, the person is going nearer to eternal life. So that is our advantage, because we are doing Krishna Katha. So actually, with every rising and setting of sun, after every Saturday, every Saturday, as it passes on, every week after week after week, by that we are going closer and closer and closer to Krishna. But for others, every Saturday is actually they are going closer and closer and closer to death. So that is the glory of doing Krishna Katha. So Saturday is very dear to everybody. When I was in a company working, so for the IT people, Friday means they have done with their work. Now Saturday and Sunday, they are the 2 days which they want for them and they want to just enjoy. So generally the IT companies, what they do on Saturday night, Saturday night is for them what the special events for Saturday night?
Get together.
Huh?
Get together.
A different kind of get together. Some pub or some beer bar or like that. So they go on Saturday night and spend like for them Saturday night is like ecstasy. And we are in different ecstasy. So we are spending it another way. So because this is actually Uttama Shloka Vartai. So one who discusses about Krishna, he only goes nearer and nearer to eternal life. That is actually glory. So that is how one should utilize time. So because of your mercy, we are actually discussing Krishna Katha, and we are going with each Saturday closer and closer to Krishna. Thank you for being there. Amongst the audience and the speaker, actually the audience is more important, because if there are all audience and speaker doesn't come, one amongst the audience, he becomes the speaker and he speaks. But if the audience is not there, then the speaker cannot become an audience. Among the speaker and audience is more important. I will just share. Yeah. Yes, somebody can read the summary.
Hare Krishna. I will read.
Yes.
This chapter 73. Lord Krishna bless the liberated kings. This chapter relates how Lord Krishna, Sri Krishna, after freeing the kings imprisoned by Jarasandha, mercifully give them his audience and bestowed royal gift upon them. When Lord Krishna freed the 20,800 kings Jarasandha had imprisoned, they immediately fell to ground to pay him obeisances. Then they stood with joined palms and began to pray to him, seeing their imprisonment as an act of mercy by the Lord to smash their false pride. The kings prayed only to be granted when whatever would facilitate their perpetual remembrance of his lotus feet. The Lord assured the kings that their prayer would be fulfilled. He instructed them, worship me by performing Vedic sacrifices and protect your subject, in accordance with their principles of religion. Fixing your minds on me, beget progeny, and remain always equiposed in happiness and distress. Thus, at the end of your life, you will surely attain me. Lord Krishna then saw to it that the kings were properly bathed and dressed, and he had Sadeva offer them flower garlands, sandalwood puff, fine clothing, and other things suitable for kings. After having them adorned with jewel and golden ornaments, he seated them on a chariots and sent them off to their respective kingdoms. In accordance with the orders the Lord had given them, they began to carry.
Whatever.
Once again, Lord Krishna, Bhima, and Arjuna then departed for Indraprastha, where they met with King Yudhishthira and released to him everything that had happened. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we saw last time how this Bhim kills Jarasandha. We had seen in the previous chapter. It is clear? Yeah. Lord Krishna blesses the liberated kings. Yeah, the kings became purified by seeing Lord Krishna's beauty. So, Bhima killed Jarasandha. He bifurcated him into half. And then later king saw that he had captured 20,800 kings. And for what purpose, you know? For what purpose he had kept all those kings?
To giving Bali sacrifice, human sacrifice to Bhairava,
Bhairav.
Kala Bhairava.
The Bhairav. My God. It was so dangerous.
Human sacrifice.
So many 20,000 kings to be given to such in a sacrifice was such a mass killing actually. So this fellow, although he was such a king, but this act were demoniac. So when he was captured and when he was killed, immediately Lord Krishna went inside and freed these kings. This is why your mercy kings for. See now, here the beautiful prayers of the kings are there. Very nice prayers. We should learn from the prayers of these kings. So what happened when they saw Lord Krishna's beauty? They are so much happy because they had actually sent a messenger to Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna came finally. And Lord Krishna actually came there, killed Jarasandha, and now they are freed by Lord Krishna. So it was a great relief for them. So they prayed to Lord Krishna. See, Lord Krishna, actually what happened, we kings, we actually were fighting amongst ourselves. And we wanted to expand our kingdom, and then we were fighting, and actually Jarasandha took advantage of this. And he captured all of us. So this is what they actually are praying. This is actually our misfortune, that we fought amongst ourselves and we lost strength, and the third party all of. So this is a very great lesson for us also, that Prabhupada would say always, there is no threat for ISKCON from outside. So ISKCON has threat from where?
Inside.
From within. Within only there can be many groups forming, this group, that group, A group, O group, that group, and within ISKCON there can be so many groups for forming and fighting, and like that this is what ISKCON can be destroyed. So Prabhupada said ISKCON will have no threat from outside, because ISKCON is so powerful, nobody will dare to attack ISKCON, but ISKCON can be broken from within. So like that, these kings were fighting among themselves, and Jarasan took advantage and captured all of them. They realized that. So we see this principle everywhere: divide and rule. And that's how the Muslims also entered. They saw that the kings were not in good terms, all Hindu kings. So they had a fight between them, and then that's how they came, and that's how Britishers also came. So fighting amongst ourselves and having some quarrels and small things, only what will happen, the third party will take advantage and we all will be losers. So Maya attacks like that. Maya enters into the association of devotee very slightly. Just imagine if Maya comes at the house of, suppose, Sudarshan Vasudev Guru, and she knocks at the door. Ding ding, she knocks well, and she says, and Sudarshan Vasudev Guru opens the door, and she says, Maya says, I am Maya Devi, please take me inside. Sudarshan Vasudev Guru immediately slam the door. Get out! You have no place in my house. So Maya cannot come like that, straight away. So Maya comes in a very subtle form. She will enter like a needle. So how the misunderstanding that can form in association of devotees, that is very unique. And one will not come to know that array, Maya has entered. And we see many of the devotees also, many times what happens, temple brahmacharis or grahastha or whatever, because of sometimes some misunderstanding between devotees and some friction between devotees, actually some of them have left ashram also. Some of them have left brahmacharya ashram, and some grahasthas, they don't come to temple only. Some friction such happened, and actually they gave up association of devotees. That's such a great misfortune. So that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he tells about the forest fire which took place in Vrindavan twice. When did forest fire took twice in Vrindavan?
Second one immediately after Kali Amardhan. Other one before that, when they were
other one?
Cows to forest.
When the cows went far away for grazing. So once was that time, and another was after Kali, Kali Damam. So twice the fire appeared, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes that this fire represents the dissension between devotees in the society of devotees. That is this fire. So this fire, it starts within the community of devotees. Actually, it can have such a dangerous effect. And sometimes there is quarrel between devotees, and we have various factions, and sometimes it's quite actually very disheartening to see. And I gone to some temples. Actually, this kind of guru groupism is so much in some of the temples that you feel not going there. And I have seen practically at some places I have gone, and you see such strong feeling of groupism, and the new person who comes to temple, he is completely bewildered. What is this? Actually, such groupism happens outside. That is happening in such a spiritual organization. It's called this group, that group. and they quarrel like cats and dogs. And such new person, how will he get inspired? He has come here frustrated from outside life, and he has come to temple seeking shelter, seeking peace, and he is thinking here everybody chanting Hare Krishna, and they are all servants of God. They are the people, sadhus, people of principles, and it is so nice, wonderful. They see everybody with equal vision. But when they come to know the fact that what is happening, actually there is such a great loss of faith. They will lose faith on God only. They will never go to any religious organization. It happens. So like that, if some outside person sees such thing happening, dissension amongst devotees, quarrel amongst devotees, friction amongst devotees, groupism amongst devotees, that is very, very disturbing, not only for new people, even those who are there as devotees. So we see Gaudiya Math, how it broke. What was the cause of fall down of Gaudiya Math? Somebody else.
There was a lot of infighting, Prabhuji.
Yes. Yeah. Why? What do you say? Amalarjan, you said something.
There were a lot of infighting, Prabhuji, from what we have understood.
There are
everybody want to become the leader.
Yeah. The two factions. Something named there. So like that, two factions happened. And one leader, he has some followers, another leader, he has some followers. He said, I am the Acharya, I will be the Acharya. And they like that fought. And that's how whole Gaudiya Math broke into pieces and pieces. And what Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur had established, actually it was such a roaring and powerful Gaudiya Math, which preaching was so much spreading actually during Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. During Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, preaching was so uproariously going that actually in atheists, many of the atheists, they were hiding in their holes because kind of in the newspaper, some atheists started writing some articles that how God doesn't exist and this and that. And when Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur came to know that some atheists are writing articles in newspaper, he said, bring all those newspaper and show me all those articles. And Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, write down the counter arguments. And his arguments were so powerful. And his disciples would write those arguments, counter arguments, and they will send one copy to the editor, one copy to the author. And when this happened for a few days, after a few days, all those articles stopped coming in the newspaper, these atheistic articles. Because Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's argument, who can counter argue Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's arguments? So they were so convincing that the editor stopped those articles and the author also stopped. So that was kind of some preaching going on in India. And Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur roared like a lion guru. And not only there, then outside India also he had sent some disciples. So basically, but all this suddenly broke down because of internal dissension. So these kings who are there, they said actually we were fighting among them ourselves. And that's how Jarasandha took advantage and he just captured. So they are telling all this, their heart's feelings to Krishna, and Krishna has come in the front. And how foolish we were, what all mistakes we did, and that's how we landed in this situation. So they are telling, so there's a good principle, and we can learn. So even in Mahabharata, we know how when this Pandavas, they were there in exile, and once this Duryodhana and all, they wanted to show off their powers, and they had come. So that time what happened?
Gandharva defeated Duryodhana team. Then they had to take the help of Bhima and Arjun.
Yeah, but now I have to hear answers from others. Darshan Vasudeva is telling. So that from that, if you know what happened, then when there was fight between Duryodhana and Gandharva, what happened later? Who can tell? Others also can speak. Yes. You have not heard about the story, Mahabharata? When they had gone, Kauravas have gone to show off to Pandavas. And that time there was a fight between Gandharva and Kauravas. So what happened next?
I think the Pandavas somehow supported Kauravas, and that's how the boon Duryodhana gave the boon to Arjuna. Vaguely remember that.
Yeah, but there was one important statement which is relevant to our discussion was, of course, Duryodhana was captured and Gandharva was about to take him. And that time, then one of the fellows went there on the other side and he told Yudhishthira Maharaj, please save Duryodhana, he is in trouble. And that time he was very happy. He says, good, let him be taken by Gandharva. It's nice. Gandharva doing our job. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, see, he said very important statement to Bhima.
He's our brother, Prabhuji. He's our brother. For outsiders, I think you only mentioned that, Prabhuji. Basically, end of day, as far as we are one family is concerned, for outsiders we are brothers. Within the family we can still have differences, but we cannot leave them like that. Something like that, Prabhuji.
Yeah, he said, see, when there is friction between us, dissension between us, they are 100 and we are 5. But if third party is there attacking, then we are
105.
Yeah. That was Yudhishthira Maharaj. So like that, we may have dissension amongst us, difference of opinion amongst us. But finally, when our battle is against Maya. Does Maya make difference that you are from this group, or that group, or you're this place, or a disciple of this guru or that guru? Maya pulls everybody down. So when Maya is attacking, we say, no. Yeah, we are from this group, he's from that group. It's very easy for Maya to break us. If we are together, then Maya cannot enter. But that's how dissension happens, that's how Maya enters. Maya enters like a needle and comes out like a
Elephant.
plow. It's like plow.
No. Unity is strength, Prabhuji. Unity is strength.
Like a needle and coming out like a plow. So that's how Maya is so powerful. So one can, in Hindi they say, हमारा मतभेद है लेकिन मन भेद नहीं होना. So while serving, we may have some matbhed. Matbhed means what?
Without distinction?
No, difference in opinion.
Difference in opinion. Matbhed. There is some difference in opinion. One is saying we should do like this seva. Somebody is saying we have to do like that. Okay, that will be there. Matbhed will be there because everybody is individual. But manabhed means what? अरे ये व्यक्ति ने मुझे ऐसा बोला मीटिंग में, he didn't respected my opinion, I will not talk with him. It is called manabhed. उसका मन और हमारा मन. Now there is not matbhed, there is manabhed. Means there is now cold war. I will not talk because he is having different opinion, I am having different, so we will not talk, we will not interact on. That is manabhed. So even though there may be matbhed, there should not be manabhed. So this is very important. So difference of opinions will be there because everybody is individual, but that should not lead to manabhed. This actually completely breaking the relationship. So that's how these kings are teaching. If you quarrel, then amongst ourselves, then the third party will take advantage. So we should think that actually we are in a big boat. Just imagine there is a big boat and we are in the middle of the ocean. Now there is a big boat and suppose there are 25 people in that. That big boat is there and 25 people are there in that. And all of us, suppose we are there. We are in the middle of the ocean. We don't know where to go, where is the right way, how to go. And the boat is medium size, small boat. and 25 of them are sitting inside. So now, the first and foremost, what is there in our mind, everybody's mind?
Whether we'll reach safely.
How to reach to the shore. That is the main focus or main anxiety. But in that, suppose one person is actually quarreling with another person, saying, you are from Kuwait and I am from Pune. So you sit with Kuwait devotees, I sit with Pune devotees. So you are from different group, I am from different. If somebody says like that, or if you say, you're brahmachari, you're grahastha, we are brahmachari, we will separate it, you're grahastha, or you are from this group or that. So in that situation, like that, dissension is a very good thing. And why? Now somebody else also has to answer. Amal Arjun ko has answered, and Vasudev Sudarshan ko also has answered. Some third person. In that situation, somebody having this like this dissension, is it good? And why? What is the reason also? Good or bad?
Not good, bad.
Yeah?
Bad.
Yeah, but why?
Because it creates groupism.
Huh?
It creates groupism.
Yeah, but groupism, that will form groupism, but that situation, why it is bad? Anybody else also would like to share? Everybody is answering. Everybody is there, na? Or just nobody's video is on, so I don't know whether everybody is there.
Prabhuji, when the main priority is to go back safely and land, these fights are very trivial, and it is going to be inconsequential to the mission of our journey. So, so we have to look at the bigger picture always, and we should, even if there are differences, we should try our best to resolve them. And if we are not able to resolve them, we have to try and adjust and sustain ourselves. That should be our attitude. Otherwise, it will be bad.
Because we are against a very dangerous situation. Because we are in the middle of the ocean, and if we fight, it's actually ridiculous. Is it not? It's ridiculous.
We may miss the destination.
Yeah, we'll miss the destination. We'll all drown in that there only. So we should consider like that. Our ISKCON boat is a small boat in the middle of the Middle Ocean. And our fight is against Maya. Maya is so powerful. And we, some fellows, we are there in ISKCON trying to do bhakti, and we fight amongst ourselves. Actually, that is the most ridiculous thing. Because our fight is against Maya, who is so powerful. Our situation is so dangerous, just like we are in the boat in the middle of the ocean. And if this fellow says, hey, you are not good, when you eat, I don't like the way you eat. And you fight. What are you fighting? You're fighting. Where are you? You're such a dangerous position. And fighting, it's actually ridiculous. So we have to always think that our fight is against Maya, not against each other's. So everybody is troubled, everybody is having problems, so Maya doesn't make any distinction. So why should we make distinction? So we are all Prabhupada's sons. We are Prabhupada's followers. So as a ISKCON, we should be together. And we should not have that groupism. So groupism can kill ISKCON from within. So Prabhupada always said that ISKCON has no external enemy, the internal enemy. So that is the first lesson. That is what the forest fire in Vrindavan represents. A fire or dissension amongst devotees. And that's how actually Gaudiya broke completely. So that's why when Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur met Abhayachar, That time, because when he met him, the disciples were fighting for the rooms in Bagh Bazaar amongst themselves. It was a big mansion had come, and they were fighting. I want this room. I want this room. I want this room. Ganga facing room. So that time when Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur met first time Prabhupada, what did he say to him? What were his first words to Abhay when he came to meet him at the banks of Radha Kund? What were his words? Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur telling to Prabhupada.
Prabhuji, I'm not sure whether I'm right, but I think there was one message to Prabhupada saying that it's not important to build temples, but it is important to print books. Maybe it's a completely different context altogether. Something like that, Prabhuji.
So what he told me, because on his mind, what was there? That the sannyasi and the brahmacharis, they are so senior, they are fighting for the rooms. Because such a big temple has come new. Old temple was there, everybody was living very happily, and that big temple has come, Bagh Bazaar temple. And everybody is fighting for the rooms. Ye room acha, ye room chahiye, ye room chahiye. So he was so much disturbed. So he told Prabhupada, Agun Jwalbe. In Bengali, what mean Agun Jwalbe?
Set fire?
The mud is on fire. There is fire in the mud. He says like that. The fire in the mud. And then he says this what Amalazan said that this big temple has come, and because of this big temple, marble temple, there is so much fight and quarrels among my disciples. If only I can tear down that marble and sell off and print some books, that would be better. And that time is when he gives the instruction. Second instruction is Prabhupada, and he tells, if you ever get money, print books. That time he says. He didn't say, if you ever get money, build big temple. If you ever get money, print books. Here so much money came, big temple came, but they are fighting. Better is to print books and distribute. So that was a dissension. And this, even my presence, they are fighting. What will happen when I leave? And that's what exactly happened when Bhakti Thakur. So they were fighting in presence of Bhaktisiddhanta, their own spiritual master. And what to speak of when he lived, it broke pieces, and then only small. So once somebody asked Prabhupada, some God brother, he was criticizing. He said, Swamiji, what you have done? Actually, if you see, we are the actual carrier of mathas which are there all over India. He divided this matha and gave mathas to each of us. We have some matha of our Guru Maharaj. Some mat he has given. So actually, we are carrying the legacy of our spiritual master. What mat you have? You have your own ISKCON, which has different sets of rules, and you don't have any mat which was established by Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, our Guru, and all mat he distributed amongst us. We are actually carriers of legacy, and you don't have any of the mats. You don't have any of the mats given by Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So they are criticizing. So Prabhupada said, see, and a father has a son and a daughter. So he gives some ornaments to the daughter. So father gives, because he loves the daughter, he gives some ornaments to the daughter. But actually he hands over his business to only the son. Siddhanta Thakur actually handed down the business of preaching this message to me. I am like his son, and you are like daughters. To daughters, he will give some ornaments. Ornaments, this is the ornament. So you are like daughters, but actually the business he gave to me because I am like his rightful son. Like that. Anyways, so that happened in Gaudiya Math, and Gaudiya Math broken completely. So that's the first lesson, that united we stand, divided we fall. Like that. The second lesson is, yeah. So then these kings, they again pray to the Lord, and they say that actually whatever happened with us, that this king captured us, he put us in jail, and we suffered so much. He didn't give us for anything to eat, and he starved us, and he tortured us. And actually, all this whatever happened is very, very, very good for us. It happened, that was very nice. Why? Can you think of why they said that all this what happened was very right to us, very good for us? Why they were saying like that in the prayers?
Can you please repeat your question? I didn't follow.
Yeah, all these kings, when they saw Krishna and they were praying to Krishna, they said that whatever happened with us, so much torture and distress given by Jarasandha, and we were tormented and we suffered so much, that was good for us, they said. So why they said like that? Now, Amalanjan who has answered any questions.
Because they can able to see Krishna.
Very good. Exactly. So because of all this, they could see Krishna in front of them. So they were so happy. Because we could take your darshan, we could drink your beauty with our eyes. Actually, this is the result of all that what happened with us. So it was good only that we went through so much torture and distress, because ultimately we got to see you. So that was what they are saying. So this is another important lesson, that sometimes difficulties, sometimes problems, sometimes distress, stress, anxieties come in our life. Actually, they are not always bad. We should not always criticize, why this is happening, why this is happening, because this distress, this problem, these miseries can actually bring us great prospects in our lives. These difficulties can become great opportunities in our life. So one should see the obstacles as stepping stone to success. So sometimes distress, anxiety, failures come. Actually, one should welcome them. This is good, 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 and one actually takes them as an opportunity to go ahead and ahead and ahead in life. And one sees it as Krishna's mercy. And at the end, what result we get, actually we become so pleased and happy. And then when we look back, we feel that whatever Lord did was good for me. Because by that, actually I became more and more Krishna conscious. So the three example I give generally. So Prabhupada of course used the example of gold. Who can tell about gold? What Prabhupada says about gold? What example Prabhupada gives for the gold in this regard?
Yes, Prabhu, gold. If you put it in fire, it will become more and more pure.
Haribo. The gold becomes more pure when heated. Why? Because gold's melting point is the highest. All other metals who are there, they melt away, and gold remains. So gold becomes more shining and shining as the heat goes on increasing. So like that also in devotee's life, one should see that difficulties are coming, problems are coming. That's very nice, so that I get purified of all my ananthas. This is Krishna is giving this problem so that I can become pure. In second example, I give of a pot. Who can tell what pot represents?
Prabhu, pot, vessel.
Yeah, pot, mud pot, earthen pot.
Anything to do with the shape, Prabhuji? In whatever shape the person wants, the pot can be made in that shape.
Actually, that potter, how he makes makes from the clay, wet clay. No? He takes that, and you have seen how they make that with that wheel.
Wheel.
How he moves that wheel. Yeah, rotating. So he gives the shape. But now that when the pot is made of that wet mud, what the potter does next? What is the
Dries it and heats it.
Okay, dry it.
Remove the water. You want to remove the water.
How it dries? What is the process?
By putting in fire.
By putting in fire.
It will put in fire.
Fire, bhatti bolte usko. That is put in fire, first in sunlight and then fire. And because of that fire, it becomes strong. It becomes mature. That pot becomes mature and then it can be used. So we should think that Krishna gives me difficulty so that I should become pure, so that I should become mature. Like the pot or like the gold. Pure like the gold, mature like the pot. And then third example I give is of gulab jamun, rebo. I think I had told this example. Who remembers?
All sides, in whichever side you bite, the sweetness is going to be there.
But how that sweetness comes?
Yeah, it has to be soaked in that sugar syrup for a long time.
That's all.
Yes, Prabhuji. Today's Ekadasi, Prabhuji, I don't remember.
For that, you have to watch my YouTube channel.
Sure.
I have put this example. So, gulab jamun, gulab jamun, what you heat it. Somebody has to tell something? Okay. So, the gulab jamun, when you put in the fire, that you make the balls and put in the fire. So it has to be heated for a long time. And then it becomes actually golden brown. So gulab jamun becomes golden brown. And then that gulab jamun put into the sugar syrup. So like that, actually a devotee, till the time he achieves the state of suffering, problems will be there. But once he achieves Nishtha stage, after Nishtha, devotional service becomes pleasurable like sugar syrup. It's very sweet. You just feel like doing it naturally. That is after Nishtha. So like that, but before that, there will be a lot of fire. Till the time it becomes golden brown. So like that, then it becomes sweet. The gulab jamun becomes sweet in the sweet syrup. So Krishna gives problems in our life. Krishna gives difficulties in our life. Krishna gives anxieties in our life. First of all, to make us pure like the gold. Second, mature like the pot. So if you want to become pure, mature and sweet, then we have to tolerate the anxiety, the distress, the problems, the miseries in life. So Krishna is giving this is one should not think that this is all bad. No, actually they can turn to be great opportunities to go nearer to Krishna. So that's what they are actually saying here. The things that this distress actually was good. This suffering was good. This torture by Jarasandha was good because finally we got to see your beautiful form. And they actually thank honor that was very good because finally the fruit is Krishna's darshan. And the third thing, actually they pray. So these are very beautiful prayers. No? So the final prayer they said that, oh Lord, now don't just deliver us from the problem of this problem. Jarasan had captured us and we are bound in the jail. So please don't just free us from this jail, but free us completely from this material jail. Give us liberation. We want to just go back home, back to body. That's all. So their prayers, that should be the prayers. When some problem appears in our life, there is some misery, there is some distress. So we should not pray to Krishna that let this problem get solved, let me get out of this problem. That is temporary. Actually, that is only symptom. The main problem is we are in this material world. So rather than praying that please take away this problem, then again second problem with you, Lord, please take away this problem. Better is to ask Lord, oh Lord, just instead of taking me out from this problem, take me out from this problematic material world only and take me back or back to God. That is the best prayer, and that's what Gajendra also prays. He, when the Lord comes and frees him from that crocodile's jaw, he says, please don't just free me from this crocodile's jaw. Free me from the jaws of this material world. That's all. I don't want to stay. And then that time, actually, Lord takes him back from the crocodile. And Gajendra prays like that. Just don't free me from this crocodile's jaw. Free takes him. Lord takes him directly only with the same self body. The body is not lying there and he takes away the soul. So he takes Gajendra directly in that body only and takes him back to body. So that is the best prayer. Instead of sometimes we also, oh, this problem is there in my life, let this problem get solved, oh Lord, then I will become devotee nice, and then I will chant. So I will, everything will be nice in my life, then I can do devotional service properly. So this problem is there in my life, please let it get solved. So, and then when that problem is solved, another problem, and we every time pray to Lord, please let this problem get solved. And the problems keep coming and coming just like the waves in the ocean. So better is ask Lord, take me out of the ocean only. So then when you are out of ocean, there is no questions on me. So that is the best prayer. So that's what they pray finally. Don't just deliver us or free us from the jail, but free us from this material prison only. And then Lord, of course, say yes, that will be there. But please now go and rule according to my rule. And do my desire, fulfill my desire. And at the end of life, you will surely come back to me. Like that, Lord, actually assure me that. So that is actually a real prayer. So best is the best prayer. So very beautiful prayers by this kings, 20,800 kings. Very nice prayers, and Lord appears there. Okay. So who will tell the 3 lessons? Different devotees can tell. So till now, who has not spoken, they should tell. Other devotees, I can read out the
Distinguishing
names.
between devotees united. We stand divided by fight.
United we stand, divided we fall. So we should be together. As a ISKCON, we should be together as Prabhupada's sons, Prabhupada's followers together. And ISKCON has threat from inside, not from outside. Prabhupada said this. So yes, united we stand, divided we fall. Thank you. Second, who will tell?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, one should see the difficulties as stepping stone like Krishna's mercy.
Yes, thank you. We should see the distress or the difficulties or the obstacle as stepping stone to success. And with each problem, each difficulty, one should actually intensify his devotional service and go nearer and nearer and nearer to Krishna. Which 3 examples we saw in this case?
Gold, pot, and gulab jam.
Revolt. We all remember these 3 examples. Whenever in the life there is a problem, difficulties, so we should remember. So Lord wants to make us pure like the gold, mature like the pot, and sweet like gulab jamun. That's why Lord sends difficulties in life. And the third,
Prabhuji, if I can just add something here, with your permission.
Yes.
my boss, when I was working in India, she used to tell me, coal becomes diamond through pressure. So she used to consider all of us as coal, and she wanted to make us as diamonds. and she used to put so much pressure, Prabhuji.
Acha. So you have become diamond or still in the process?
I still coal only, Prabhuji.
Yes. No, I can see you have become diamond now. You are polished diamond, and now
Very
you
good.
can make others diamond.
Very good.
Nice example. I will add in my next video. This example. Okay, and third lesson. Who has not told? Shankar Nath Murari Prabhu. Would like to say Shankar Nath Murari Prabhu or Sri Kumar Lai Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Just free us from material world and give us, it will be
Yeah.
yeah. Instead of
Yes.
getting more this thing, let's just free us from the material world.
Good. Instead of praying to the Lord that free me from this problem, that problem, that problem.
Yeah.
Pray to the Lord that free me from the original problem. The original problem is what? We have come to this material world.
Material world.
Yeah. When we go back to God, then these problems will not be there. So that is the best prayer. Yeah. Very bold. So,
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
and you are still coming. I think holidays are going on. That's why less devotees are there. But anyway, still you are giving time. Thank you for giving your time. And you are all seeing the videos, na? I make small. So there's some examples are from that one. I think so.
Send the link, Prabhuji. You can send the link in the group.
Oh, okay. I will send it.
Please.
Those videos, small videos. Hari Bol. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Hari Bol.
Amalarjun Prabhu, you can do the vote of thanks.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So thank you, Prabhuji, for your wonderful class as always. So many very beautiful examples, practical examples that we can definitely remember and try our best to apply. Definitely the three examples of the pot, the gulab jamun, and all. It's very practical, and we can definitely remember them. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Week on week, you are giving your time and valuable time, precious time to all of us. So let us all thank Prabhuji by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha
कृपासिन्धुभ्यः पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
अनंत
कोटि
कोटि
वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, श्री चैतन्य चंद्र प्रभु की जय। हरि बोल।
Manibhushan Prabhuji, any announcement, Prabhuji, for next week program and anything?
Nothing, Prabhuji, as usual.
Okay. Rath Yatra is there, na, next week?
Yeah, next week morning. Yesterday we announced in the hall.
Ah, okay. Fine. Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay, 8:30 Rath Yatra.
Abbasya, right?
Yeah, Abbasya.
Yeah. Okay. Prabhuji, actually it is 9:30, Prabhuji. Actually, their starting kirtan is 9:30.
Ah, okay. We'll send the details later.
Yes, Prabhu.
Amalarjan Prabhu, welcome back.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Bit tired, Prabhuji.
Yeah, take rest, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. So hopefully we'll catch up next week.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
All Hare Krishna.
Thank you all for your association. We will meet next week again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.